Hi, I'm Tanya Ironchild, and this is my cat, Sapphire.
Tanya Ironchild's home is filled with color, comfort, and photos of her children. The 37-year-old exudes confidence and cultural pride and calls herself a strong Indigenous Black woman. Ironchild is the daughter of a Métis woman and a Jamaican man, but being a biracial child was not always easy for her.
My mom knew that I was going to have a battle growing up, right? I wasn't dark enough for my native side, or my black side, and I was too dark for my native side. So she knew that I was always going to have a tougher upbringing, but it was because of my native roots that kept me grounded within who I am.
Ironchild does not have a relationship with her biological father, but when she was a little girl, her mother Brenda met her stepfather, Michael Ironchild of Piapot First Nation. He immediately adopted Ironchild and her siblings as his own, but some people on the reserve had a hard time accepting his new black children at first.
And he made sure if we weren't accepted, then we wouldn't go back. And there was, I'm going to be completely honest, a little bit of an issue when we were young. And my dad said that that's not okay, that you can't fight fire with fire, that we're not any different.
As Ironchild grew older, she says her Indigenous peers were welcoming and accepting. Michael Desjarlais is also Jamaican and Indigenous and comes from Piapot First Nation.
When I was young, I know I had a grandparent that didn't particularly accept that I was black, and it took him like a couple months for him to come and meet me and accept that I was there.
Unlike Ironchild, Desjarlais got to experience both his Indigenous and Jamaican cultures, spending time in both Indigenous ceremonies and in the Caribbean. This, he says, made him proud and is influencing the way he is raising his 2-year-old daughter. Meanwhile, Ironchild holds her Indigenous spirituality close. She's also built a chosen family of Caribbean friends around her. Her children dance both powwow and Caribbean. Both Desjarlais and Ironchild say life for biracial children has improved greatly.
There's a lot of kids like me. Before I was kind of like a real minority in a minority. Now there's a lot more. I have lots of little cousins, and then cousins that have kids too. So you can't really be so rigid in your beliefs of not accepting those type of people because they're everywhere now.
Ironchild's stepfather is a residential school survivor. When she was young, she was shocked to hear about the abuse he endured because she never learned about that history in schools, unlike her own kids.
So the simple fact that my children understand who they are and that our ancestors before us, the fight that they had to fight for us to get to where we are, it blows. I'm just happy.
As for Desjarlais, he says he's excited for his daughter's future. He says she'll be accepted, never alone in the world. Laura Sharpaletti, CBC News, Regina.